Imagine for a second you're at the edge of a cliff, your heart pounding, the wind is howling in your ears, and every inch of you is screaming, "Don't jump, you're gonna die." But here's the kicker. You don't die, you soar. You spread your wings. Your feet no longer touching the ground, and suddenly, everything that felt heavy, the judgment, the doubt, the voices telling you to play it safe, becomes nothing but a whisper in the mind. The moment you leap, you feel that shift. You're free. And that freedom, that's what you're really afraid of. Not the fall, the freedom. Because that is what the world around you, the tribe you're trying to fit into, is terrified of. And guess what? They'll do anything to keep you on the ground with them. You know that voice in your head, the one that says, "What if they judge me?" That voice, my friend, it's your ego throwing a tantrum. It's the scared little version of you that wants to stay in the safety of the herd. That part of you is terrified to be kicked out of the tribe. But listen closely, that fear is not real. It's just your brain doing what it does best, keeping you in a comfort zone. The problem is, comfort zones, they're like padded cells. Sure, they're safe, but they trap you. And you're not meant to live trapped. Now here's the thing. Everything you want is on the other side of this fear. So yeah, it feels like you're standing on the edge of a cliff. It feels like you're about to leap into the unknown, where everything could go wrong. But here's the science of it. The brain thrives on novelty. The fear of judgment, the fear of being weird, that's just your brain telling you to avoid uncertainty, because uncertainty equals risk. But uncertainty, it's also where growth lives. You're built to evolve. Your brain wants that, wants the challenge. Because that is how we grow. Not by staying small. Not by staying in the cage that everyone else is in, mindlessly following a script. So when you step out, when you say, "Fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway," your brain actually rewires itself. It learns how to handle the unknown. It builds new connections, and suddenly, everything becomes easier, clearer, more fun. But you know what? It's not even about doing it for them, or proving something to people. It's about your own evolution. It's about you taking control of your own damn life. Think about it. How many times have you played small to avoid rocking the boat? How many times have you stayed silent, pretending to agree, just to avoid those awkward stares, or that "what's wrong with you" comment? Each time you shrink yourself like that, you're robbing the world of your unique brilliance, and what only you can bring to the table. So yeah, people might judge you. They might call you weird, and guess what? That's because they're too terrified to be as weird as you are. They're stuck following a script, a series of rules they never questioned. They're like NPCs in a video game, marching in line, doing their thing, without ever questioning if they're really living or just existing. The minute you step out of that script, they don't know what the hell to do with you. But that's their problem, not yours. And let's talk about the consequences of not jumping, because that's where the real drama happens. If you keep letting that fear of judgment keep you locked in place, you're not just keeping yourself small, you're wasting your potential. Imagine 10, 20, 30 years from now, stuck in the same routine, the same fears, the same limiting beliefs. You'll be that old guy at the bar complaining about how life never gave you a chance, while you sip on your watered-down whiskey. The truth, life gave you plenty of chances. You just stayed on the sidelines because the fear of stepping up and being seen was louder than your own dreams. What would it cost you to stay in your comfort zone? You put a price on your soul's potential. You think the people judging you will be there when you're looking back at your life, wondering where it all went. Hell no. It'll be you and your regrets. And that's a high price to pay for playing it safe. The truth is, the more you lean into discomfort, the more you lean into those fears and doubts, the more power you gain. The moment you stop listening to the voice, the moment you stop fearing the judgment of others, you start living on your own terms. That's where the magic happens. Your brain starts rewiring itself. You start building the identity of someone who takes risks, someone who jumps, someone who doesn't sit around waiting for permission. That's the person who gets what they want. And here's the final kicker. You want to know what happens when you consistently go against the grain? When you make decisions based on your own truth, rather than the tribe's truth. You change the whole damn game. You become a leader. You become someone other people start looking to for guidance. Someone who steps up and says, I'll show you what courage looks like. Here's the science part. When you face your fears, when you step into discomfort, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's the same chemical released when you get a hit of chocolate or when you crush a goal. It's the reward for stepping into the unknown, for doing what your ego screamed not to do. And the more you face the fear and judgment, the more your brain learns it can handle that discomfort. It grows. This is what makes you a different person in a year, in 5 years. This is why the people who succeed, who are happy, who are living their best lives, they're the ones who learned how to be okay with discomfort. Now, about those fears of judgment, the ones holding you back like chains, they're based on stories, old tapes, things you heard people say. And none of it is actually real. Your fear of judgment is like imagining a monster under the bed that's not even there. It's your ego making up scenarios to keep you from risking anything. But deep down, you know the truth. You're capable of so much more than fear wants you to believe. Why is it so important? Because without breaking free of this cycle, without overcoming the fear of judgment, you're going to live a life of quiet desperation, forever wondering, what if? Is that the life you want? To sit on the sidelines, living in the shadows of others, because you're too afraid what they might think? Or do you want to step into the light, make some noise, and live a life that actually feels free? The truth is, you're the only one standing in your own way. People judging you, that's their issue, not yours. And if you let that stop you, you're letting their insecurities dictate your future. Are you really okay with that? Are you okay with letting fear of judgment control your life? Keep you from living your fullest potential? If you want to break free, you have to be willing to take risks, to step out of the safety of the herd and into your own power. So what do you choose? Keep playing small, keep avoiding judgment and sticking to the script, just like everyone else? Or do you break free, leap off that cliff, and finally show the world who the hell you really are? The choice is yours. But here's the truth. The moment you choose the leap, that's when you really start living.